Hades has become my obsession lately, so I thought what better way to show my appreciation than to go for the rarest achievement the game has to offer. But it turns out that the rarest achievement is actually really boring, since all it comes down to is grinding a lot of chambers. But I came up with a better idea, and that's why today I went for not one, but 4 of the hardest skill check achievements Hades has to offer. So I began with the one I thought would be the easiest, Haste of Hermes. This achievement requires you to obtain a 20% dodge chance with a lambent plume keepsake. For those that haven't played Hades before, don't worry, because I'm a bit of a Greek history buff and I'll fill you in. I say a bit though, because I'm not Greek, historically literate, or buff, but I'm trying my best and that's what counts. The lambent plume is basically a perk you can equip before starting a run, and if you clear a room of enemies before the timer on the bottom left expires, you gain a 1% dodge chance. Each run in Hades will have around 30 encounter rooms, so you'll have to speedily complete at least 2/3 of them to unlock the achievement. Technically, you can also gain percentage towards this during boss fights, but I wouldn't count on it. The bosses in this game will take a while to bring down, especially the final boss in the game, the Lord of the Underworld himself, Hades. To beat every enemy encounter as quickly as possible, I'd need to choose a weapon that would complement my goal. So of course, the weapon I decided to go with was the shield, the slowest weapon in the entire game. Listen, I had some other passive achievements I was going for here too, so just bear with me on this. The first area of the game has the weakest enemies and the most forgiving time constraints, so I had to make sure that I capitalized in this section. And for the most part, I felt like I was doing pretty well. Why are there so many of you? How quick do I have to clear this chamber? Okay, I heard it that time. That's good. 5. All right, we need 15 more Quicko chamber clearos, chat. I'm faster than Will Smith in Talladega Nights. I'm the Lightning Queen of Hades, people have said. After wrapping up the last few rooms, I was already at the first boss of the game. Beating her in time would put me at a 10% dodge chance, so I came in with a well thought out plan. Spam the shit out of the attack button until she dies. Oh, what? I don't even know if it's gonna be fast or not. I hope it is. That count? Oh, it counted. Let's go. Okay, huge. I only need to do like 10 more chambers. Hey, this is going surprisingly incredibly well. In fact, that was honestly my strategy for the entirety of the first area, since the enemies can't really punish you all that much. But this was exactly where things started to get a lot harder, since in the second area, it seemed as though I couldn't finish a chamber on time to save my life. Surely it didn't have to do with the bad boons I chose to complete challenges unimportant to the run though, right? Either way, I was only up 14% when I got to the next boss, Lerny the Bone Hydra. This boss is especially intimidating to me since this Bone Hydra is way bigger than the one I see when I use the bathroom. I tried my hardest to beat him within the time constraint, but it turns out not only is he bigger than me, but he can last longer too, which really shot down my confidence, especially since I was going into area 3 only 2/3 of the way done and with worse to come. Up 14. Okay, so we need about like 6 more, or not even about 6 more. What do you mean about 6? We need 6 more and then we're good. Although Elysium is going to be kind of a pain in the ass for completing things fast, specifically because all these things have a lot of health and do a lot of damage. I have to be fast. I don't care about health, chat. It's about speed. Health is secondary. That count? No, it didn't. Fuck, it didn't matter anyway. So yeah, some rooms in Elysium went as well as you'd expect, but somehow things started to eventually go my way, and I managed to barely squeak out enough fast clears to get to 19%. The next boss is a pretty tough duo, so like before, I wasn't able to beat them before the timer expired, which I'm especially upset about because I'm certain that Thesaurus, or whatever his name is, wouldn't outlast me like Bone Dragon would. But hey, at least I had a chance to get that last percentage point in the final area. So what I learned is that the small chambers do not matter in this upcoming area. What does matter is the final end chambers. So we at least have to beat one final end chamber within whatever allotted time it gives me, which might be actually kind of difficult. Why am I at 19? The 4 remaining rooms I had left were the toughest normal encounters in the entire game and featured some of the strongest and most resilient enemies yet. Taking out one of these rooms in time was gonna take a miracle. And so I spammed my attack button and got it first try. Yes! Oh, wow. First, thank goodness. Oh, there's the beep boop. Well, that was anticlimactic. At least the lambent plume is a Hermes piece. So now that I'm done with it, I can probably hit the resale market hard, considering it's pretty vintage at this point. Wait, wrong Hermes. What do you mean? Regardless, I was pretty stoked that I got the achievement first try, but considering I handicapped myself every step of the way with my weapon choice and boon choice, I was a little bit underwhelmed with the difficulty. This is supposed to be one of the hardest achievements in the game after all. So I decided to do what any rational person would do in this situation and go for all the remaining achievements at the same time. Because it really isn't a sandwiches video without me doing something unnecessarily stupid. For Skelly's last Lamentations, you have to reveal Skelly's second statue in the prep room. And to do that, you have to complete a full run at 16 heat. Before starting a Hades run, you can activate difficulty modifiers that make the run harder. Each modifier has a heat value associated with it, so by turning on enough of them, you can reach the 16 heat required. If you're able to finish the run successfully, you can finally reveal the second of Skelly's statues for the achievement. Here's what the 8 heat one looks like for reference. Unveil.
Hey, you did it, pal.
Oh, I did it! Hey, I did it! Let's go! What the fuck is that? Never mind, put it back. Put the cover back on. Pretty incredible, I know. When applying your heat modifiers, what's convenient is that 6 of the 16 heat can be attained by going for our next achievement, Champion of Elysium. For this, you need to put the Extreme Measures modifier to level 3 and defeat Tyrannosaurus in the 3rd area. What this modifier does is alter each of the area bosses to be a harder version of themselves. And the boss variant we have to beat for the achievement is considered by many to be the hardest in the game. Although both of these achievements don't exactly sound like pushovers, what I was really worried about was the 3rd achievement, Thorn of Thanatos. This achievement is similar to Haste of Hermes, but this time you have to complete encounters without being hit. Sorry, spam attack strat. Time to take you to see the rabbits. But that's not even the worst part, because now I had to accomplish this feat in 30 chambers instead of 20. That meant on an average run, I could only mess up in 5 chambers before failing. That sounds hard enough with no heat, but now I was also working with 16 and enhanced bosses. I didn't care though. I wanted a challenge, and so I set off to get my final achievements. And now you get to see the greatest gamer of all time take on his most desperate challenge yet. What does a desperate challenge mean? I don't know. I was thinking of a different word and I just said desperate instead. But we're gonna do it. That's the key thing to take away from this. Although maybe desperate was the right word, because pretty early on I was taking hits that I really shouldn't have. Okay. Oh, that's unideal. I'm supposed to not be taking damage. But on the other hand, I was not taking hits from places I really should have. Oh my. Wait, that's a lot more people than normal. This was unexpected. I'm not exactly used to having 4 of them, you know? Nice. Nice. Wait, that was so good. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Holy. I ended up restarting the run based on too many early hits, but the confidence I got off of doing the hard rooms flawlessly followed me to the next run. It turns out 16 heat really isn't that hard, and I managed to make it back to Elysium only taking hits from the Furies and the ghosts of my past. What, that hit me? Oh, that's unfortunate. Where did that rock come from? Oh my god, it's dead space all over again. But then, disaster struck. What? That hit me? Wait, my controller disconnected. That's 100% the reason. It definitely didn't disconnect after I already get hit. It disconnected before. Right? We're all on the same page here, right? Right, guys? Oh, that's incredibly unideal. Wait a second. What happened to my controller? Uh-oh. Wait, are you kidding me? I don't know how to play on PC? Wait a second, my controller's not working. Hades on PC has a specific issue where if your controller gets disconnected, it doesn't register when it gets reconnected. And the only way to fix it is to relaunch the game. I haven't even completed a run yet. Oh, I just want to play the video game. This obviously was a run ender when it happened, and it happened a lot of times that day. What is happening with my controller? Unfortunately, the technical difficulties caused me to give up for the time being, but not before discovering something very important to my objective during one of the scrapped runs. What, 12? What does 12.5 even mean? Since when can I get a 0.5? It's at 1.5. Wait, how? What? Oh, does it go up by more when it ranks up? Am I doing this the hard way? Oh, Brother. It turns out leveling up the Thanatos keepsake causes the percentage you get from each damageless encounter to increase. And at max rank, it will give you 2% instead of 1. This meant that I now only had to do 15 flawless encounters instead of the 30 I mentioned before. Something I had already done a couple of times before my controller bugged out. So, the next day, with my controller tech supported to hell and back, there was nothing left to do but pop some achievements. And what better way to do it than with the most iconic ancient Greek weapon, the gun. Oh my god. Hey, it worked. Never had a doubt in my mind, chat. Greatest gamer right here, baby. I gotta say, Reginald's alternate form wasn't nearly as hard as people made it out to be. And my butterfly at this point was looking pretty good too. 42. Oh my goodness. Add a 0 after that, I'm gonna start smoking these fools. Are you kidding me? With both of these achievements done, all that was left was to beat the 16 heat run. And there was one man standing in the way of me and my final achievement. It was time for the moment of truth. On the very least, my Hades is still pretty good. On the not so very least, I'm still getting hit by stuff. I'm not gonna get my, holy, okay, maybe, you know what? I may have spoken a little too soon. Oh, I'm so glad I, replaced, I was about to say. Okay, Pog. Not Pog. Oh my god. Oh, I can't tell what's happening. Oh, don't hurt me, thank you. Sugma. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. And that's how it's fucking done, baby. That's how you beat up your dad, boys. Yeah! But first, it's time to unveil my achievement. Oh my god, that is hot. Ah, there's the beep pope. Let's go. And there it was. All 4 of Hades' hardest Xbox achievements unlocked. And to be honest, the hardest part about them was the technical difficulties near the end there. That's totally okay with me, because I had a fantastic time completing it. And I think you would too if you decide to go achievement hunting yourself. Thank goodness for that too, because I needed a bit of a breather achievement-wise. My last video was Hollow Knight, and my next video is going to be a Kumu mode, so I need all the breaks I can get. But if you want to see me hunt a way more challenging achievement, then click here. I promise you won't be disappointed with the difficulty. Until then, see you in the next one.